Welcome to the Fly You Fools podcast, the podcast that talks a little about J.R.R. Tolkien and his work and a lot about everything else. Enjoy this time with your fellow fools, Tibbs K, Jacob and Cooper. Thank you for listening.
Craig?
Alright, so tell us about this meeting, Justin.
You mean Jacob?
Jacob, Justin, it's the same name. And if you really think about it, it's the same name.
Yeah.
Alright, what were you doing? Some mental health bill thing?
You know, dude, as it turns out, I'm a distinguished officer in House Edgerton. And as a distinguished officer, I have to vote on this petition for some mental health thing. And we basically sat around in a circle for about an hour and a half and talked about nothing. And at the end, everybody voted on it.
So why don't we slow this up? What the hell is a House Edgerton?
It's the dorm that I live in.
Okay, so why don't you just say, I'm an RA?
No, I'm not an RA.
But you are, though.
I'm a distinguished officer.
Yeah, what does that entail?
Well, you see, John, I'm the representative to the Thirsty Ear, which is the student bar. So basically, you can think of me as, like...
The RA of the bar?
Yeah, like a really cool guy who everybody gets along with.
Yeah, the fun police?
Yeah, exactly.
Man, is Cooper not going to join? He said he was feeling sick. I'm worried he fell asleep.
I think he's sick, yeah.
Man, yeah, this is not working out so well.
He said I can be in a minute.
Oh, just now? Sweet.
No, he said that a little while ago.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, his thing says he's online slightly. But, so it was just a mental health bill?
Yeah, and then we also talk about the exciting things going on in House Edgerton. Like, we're getting composting bins. And we're going to have a tea night on Wednesday.
Oh, man.
So that's where I'm at in my life.
That's, okay, so yeah, you're just in fucking college, dude. Composting bins? God, I bet those fucking cucks at MIT are actually really excited about that.
Oh, dude, you should talk to the environmental chair.
Oh my god, you have an environmental chair?
Oh, we got all kinds of chairs.
They have a crush and tight sliz chair?
That's short for Thirsty Ear.
Yeah, sure, Jacob. Sure. Oh, look who it is. It's Cooper. How you feeling, bud?
I am really sick.
So, Cooper, it sounds like your weak immune system couldn't handle the common cold, huh?
Yeah. Are you continuing training?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, see, that I think that there's your problem, man.
To be honest, not really. I had my comp on Saturday, and it basically became fall in one day. And
yeah, dude.
The next day, I started to get really sick but mainly today though.
Jacob, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta finish.
I literally got an hour and 15 minutes of sleep last night because I couldn't breathe. So that kind of sucked.
Too, didn't you?
Yeah, dude, I totally shit my pants. You got
Jacob,
it.
are you eating chocolate?
I'm not eating chocolate. I think Cooper.
No, so I was unwrapping my NyQuil.
Okay, all right, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, if you drink NyQuil after only having an hour and 15 minutes of sleep, you're gonna trip, dude.
No, he's not though. Because that's just not how that works.
Dude,
Down-
have you ever
down the
had
hatch.
a lot of NyQuil?
Jacob, you were also the same dude that dipped blunts in lean and then was like, yo, dude, it gets you so much higher. And then we looked it up and then it actually doesn't do anything.
Yeah, but you were also a part of that.
No, I actually wasn't. I was not there that time. And that's why I looked it up because I was like, y'all are full of shit. And everyone was like, nuh-uh. And I looked it up and it was like, yeah, it actually doesn't do anything.
Well, anyways, Cooper, enjoy your trip on NyQuil, bro.
Yeah, guys, NyQuil is absolutely delicious.
Yeah, you like
Yeah.
because you never have any sugar.
Like,
Your
I could drink this whole thing.
Cooper's the type of dude that fucking eats cough drops as candy.
Actually, I have done that.
He's that guy. He's like, I'm sick. I guess I have to eat all these contracts.
Ricola.
They are pretty good.
They're not bad.
Like you don't act like you don't like cough drops.
So what sickness do you have? Are you like you got the shakes?
No, I think it's just, I think it's just a cold, but I think it's a cold compounded with the fact that I got like legitimately an hour of sleep last night, and so I'm so fucking tired today. And I can't nap, so like it's just been a miserable day.
I did not know that you can't nap.
Yeah, I can't nap.
Is that a disease?
Probably.
Man, Cooper, if this illness keeps up, man, you can't do CrossFit. You're gonna have to go back to the bird store.
Probably not, but
Dude, you might have this cold forever.
Yeah,
Most
dude,
likely.
you're fucked.
fucked. Gonna kill me. So guys, I gotta confess to something though.
What?
So after my competition, I completely
Had sex with a guy.
completely 100% forgot about Sober October, and I had a beer.
Okay, well, you heard that, Jacob? Did you hear that?
Yeah. So
Cooper lost Sober October.
I knew you guys were gonna have a ball with that. And no, the thing is that's not true because Jacob's obviously been smoking weed this whole time.
Yeah, well, and you want to know a little secret, Cooper?
What?
I've been drinking quite a bit this week. So I don't think any of us really did it. You know what I mean?
The challenges are the more important part.
Right.
It really Sober October really has nothing to do with sobriety.
Yeah.
It's just in the name. That's all.
Yeah.
Well, and so here's what I was gonna say, and not that again, Cooper, I want to get you off early, but not to sidetrack us too much.
It's all right. You know what? I'm feeling good now. We can go forever.
All right. Okay. You say that. All right. Let's do it. So I guess the reason I wanted to do Sober October this year was because I wanted to get healthier before the holiday season when I just will shit the bed and just be eating and drinking so much between Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that shit. And guys, I stepped on the scale today. Not my proudest moment. Came in at 221.
Damn, dog.
I mean, you're pretty big. You're pretty tall.
Really?
So.
Yeah, how tall are you, John?
Huh? I'm like 6'1".
Like 6'1"? Okay, 220. I guess that's like.
It's not awful. It's not awful, but I'm not cut. You know.
Yeah. Well,
I want to be cut.
It's gonna be hard for you to be cut.
Well, okay, Coop. Let's take that negativity and go put it in another month. Here's what I'm saying though. Is what is a realistic? Because my whole thing is that I want to do the challenge, and I can. It doesn't need to be October because I've been listening to all the casts, and they keep on saying like you can do a challenge month every month.
Right.
And so here's what I'm saying: as two, and I hate to admit this, physically fit individuals who know a little bit more about fitness than me, just a small amount. What is a realistic goal to get to by Thanksgiving?
For your weight?
Yeah.
Weight.
For weight.
Well, it depends.
Bro, you can make 180 easy.
Okay, yeah, I know, but my thing is like not killing myself like a wrestler. I'm talking like really, really like.
You'd be like, John, what happened? You're gone.
I can get you cut, bro.
I mean, I
hollowed at
I'm not going for that. I'm looking for like a healthy here.
And shit until you're 180, dude.
Oh my god, that actually sounds. Is that what you used to do, Jacob? Drink olive oil?
No, I used to stick my fingers down my throat. What do you think, man?
Oh really?
No.
Oh
Don't
man.
drink any water and get in the sauna.
Yeah, no, I mean that kind of seems like the move and wear one of those fucking sweat things.
Yeah, but that won't do anything for you. You got
like a trash bag.
Yeah, but
trash bag.
But that's my thing.
You wear trash bags normally, right?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you want, man.
Yeah, some newspapers.
Yeah, dude.
What's your plan? How are you gonna lose this weight?
Yeah, let's hear it.
I got no plan.
Okay, so first of all, it would be nice if you knew your body fat percentage. That would be a very useful indicator.
How do you? I mean, other than doing that bullshit machine.
Just send me a picture, John. Send me a picture of you without your shirt on.
To be honest, that is going to be the most accurate.
Oh, I don't know about that.
It's online.
Yeah, what's my body fat, bros?
I won't get you ridiculed at all.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
that would be the fastest way to get an estimate, but I mean, you can buy calipers. It really just depends. I mean,
I'm not buying calipers to measure my lug handles. You know what I mean?
Plastic, they're like $2.
It just
I think that's actually the best. That's how they've done it on me before with the calipers.
Oh man, that sounds really degrading, guys.
How else can they do it? Can't they throw you in a machine or something? And,
Yeah, so I've done the in-body scan and also the DEXA scan. So the in-body is that bullshit machine that you were referring to, John, where they send electrical waves through your body. It's pretty off because my friend did it and his was 100% off, literally 100% off from his DEXA scan. Now the DEXA scan is where you lie down on this table and in this big scanner thing goes over every part really slowly, and it gives you all these readings like body fat percentage, lean muscle tissue, bone density, and a bunch of other things, including symmetry. And that's the accurate one. That's the good one.
Dude, I don't want to get my symmetry rating because it would be too beautiful.
It was $50.
Really? That seems cheap.
That's pretty reasonable.
Yeah. I mean, it's a guy in a van named Mitch, and he just drives around. I'm not even joking.
Oh, he's got this shit up.
He's got this big ass machine. It's like a big van. It's actually more of an RV. But he's got this big ass machine.
Use that machine on me.
Yeah, no, I would not.
Saving those pictures.
Yeah, he was cool.
God only knows what.
Most likely.
All right, John. So here's actually the best way for you to lose this weight. Okay, you make it very, very public.
Yeah.
That way, if you don't do it, people will ridicule you.
How about on this cast right now?
Yeah.
I'm
guaranteeing you're gonna lose.
But I want to know, because see, the thing is I know Jacob's yeah, bro, we can get you down to 160, baby. Cut 50%. But at the same time, I'm not a homicidal maniac, which is what I run into.
So look, you're a pretty big framed dude. I think you would be pretty lean at 200 pounds. Now, that's a lot of weight to lose in a month and a half, and I would not recommend it.
Well, I've been wrestling for 10 years, and I would highly recommend that as a starter.
John?
I mean, what was the number again? Because 200?
No, I'm saying at 200 you'd be very lean. I don't think you should push it that hard. I honestly think your goal should be to lose 10 pounds.
Okay, here's what fucks me up about this. Here's what kills me. And this is honestly the reason why I've just decided. Because at first I was I don't feel fat. Back in the day, the days, the dark times, I definitely felt fat. I could feel it in my cheeks. Where I was I got a little too plump.
When you jump up and down, you could really kind of...
The jiggles.
Yeah, the claps. But what's really killing me is apparently Bert Kreischer is trying to get to 205 by the end of the month, and Joe Rogan really believes he can get there. And I can't be fucking heavier than Bert Kreischer.
Wait, how tall is he though?
I have no idea. Oh, let me just look up my fucking Bert Kreischer facts. I don't know.
You can look it up on Wikipedia right now.
Pretty easy, actually.
Actually, yeah. John, pull that shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah, John, pull that shit up. All right, one sec.
But, another thing is, people just, weigh different amounts,
Right.
That's not really obvious.
Kind of what we're getting at. You had to take into account.
How much did you used to weigh, John? You say you're 220 now.
Right.
What I would say is, at my skinniest, I was 195.
Okay.
No, not 185, but that was, years ago when I was, only eating peanut butter sandwiches, and you could literally kind of see and I was not in a relationship, which is a really big detriment to weight.
Hold on. See your what? You cut out.
See my abs.
Oh, okay.
So it sounds like your goal weight is like 190 then.
Sounds like you need to break up.
He's exactly 6 foot, so he's basically my height.
Okay. He looks like he's pretty fat in pictures.
You weren't fat when last time I saw you by any
No, like, and that's what I'm saying. So like last time you saw me, I was probably around 205, 210.
So you've put on 20 pounds in like 3 weeks?
No, I'm 20. I'm 221.
Okay.
So I put on 10 pounds in like 3 weeks.
It's that working man's life.
It is that working man's life. It's fucking hard to get into the gym and work out when you fucking are doing stand up and 2 jobs.
A few tips here. So drink a shit ton of water. So you go and take a piss every half an hour. So you walk around, get that blood flow going, and you drink a lot of water.
Okay.
And you don't have to work as much. Also, yeah, no, just honestly, like your goal, you would be better served with a different approach. I really truly believe that with your frame. Like you're never gonna be as skinny as Jacob, no matter how bad.
I'm okay with that. I gotta be skinnier than Bert Kreischer, so I at least gotta get 15 pounds done.
I actually think that you should try to gain as much fat as possible. That way you'd be funny. Like get up to like 315 pounds.
That would be hilarious.
God, I hate to agree with you guys, but that actually would be so funny.
Right? That would be funny, dude. Right now, I just can't take you seriously. You're at this weird in-between point, and it's just not funny.
But if you were fat, that would.
If I was a real chonker,
a real chonk,
a real big chungus.
Barely walk, dude. If you went on
chungus,
like one of those little like handicap wheelchairs where you sit in, it's like a motor. That would be
like a Walmart.
Hilarious.
I believe there's scooters at that point. You know.
If you had these little scooters, dude, I would, and you were wearing like scrubs all the time, I would laugh my ass off.
If John was like basically a borderline handicap just because he was that obese.
Imagine like when Homer Simpson like
yeah.
That's what I'm imagining. Like,
right. Sorry, John.
No. Laugh it up. This is good. This is fine.
It's motivation.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. It is motivation. So good. You're welcome.
I mean, but I think realistically, 190 is good.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot.
You're not gonna make that
30 pounds, dude, is a fuck ton in like 6 weeks.
Yeah,
that's 5 pounds a week, man.
Oh, when you break it down like that doesn't sound very possible.
Almost a pound of fat a day.
Yeah, it's just impossible.
I mean, you could lose that water weight, but like it's literally impossible.
You could definitely use that water weight.
Yeah, it's definitely impossible to lose 30 pounds.
Okay, but what about? I don't. Okay, so I'm. But so, all right. So give me a realistic goal. Like you two are. By Thanksgiving, realistically, without killing myself.
Without killing yourself, yeah, you could be a healthy, strong 205 to 210.
I can do that. I can make that happen. I'm gonna buy a Whoop band.
Oh, you are. Look at you.
I think I gotta.
Why? What does that do for you?
Because I don't know how many calories I'm ingesting.
Does it tell you how many calories you're ingesting?
Well, I can keep. Well, I don't have the calories that I'm burning accurately because my Fitbit tells me I'm burning like 3,000 a day. I'm like, can't be right.
Yeah, you can't really trust any of those motherfuckers. I wouldn't even. Whatever. You do you, but you know.
Well, I mean, because it's all about calories at the end of the day.
Yeah, it is. It's all about calories in and out, but.
Because my problem is I don't want to kill myself. I don't want to die and be only thing I've eaten today is like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. But I actually burn like 2,000.
The best advice.
And sweet potatoes?
No, not necessarily. Take it seriously though.
Okay.
Because this is actually the best piece of advice that nobody's going to tell you. But trust me, it's going to work if you actually do it.
I swear.
You have to just eat the same thing each day.
That's a really good point.
That way you just know.
That way you just know.
That's what I do.
And he's miserable for it.
I like my diet very much, to be honest.
Yeah, we know, Cooper, but you also can't take naps. Oh my
You tried
god.
intermittent fasting, John?
Yeah.
I have, and no, and I actually that's when I was like with like when Cooper kind of saw me was like I was in kind of that intermittent fasting period, but like that's like because my problem is like if I'm really doing it like because normally like I get home. Tonight was a really nice night for me because I got home at 10 or I got home at like 6:30. Normally I get home at like 10 o'clock because I work 2 jobs and then do comedy.
Oh, you didn't mention that.
Yeah, and so like it's super hard. And
Yeah,
I'm being sarcastic.
That sounds very hard. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, it's to not like need some sort of snack.
wait, hold on. How many days out of the week do you actually work both your jobs?
Days out of the week, 2 normally. I got
Fucking
today off.
brutal, dude. But you have, and so your regular job is a 9 to 5.
Yes, sir.
So Monday through Friday.
Yeah, Monday through Friday, and then my job at the bar is from 5:30 to typically 10:30 or 11.
I see. That is pretty tough.
That is tough, and it's in DC too. So
Yeah, so it's like an hour commute back. Yes.
Holy shit, dude! You gotta just take a step back for a second here. You're gonna blow yourself out.
You
Yeah.
Think about more than just your weight, John. Like,
Well,
what's going on, man? Like, you really
You
need
live-
cash, huh?
No,
you
see,
live
the
at
thing is
home.
like
Why
I
do you
don't.
have these 2 jobs.
But see, here's what I'm doing, guys, and I know this sounds crazy, but like I need to find a place to be a bartender at that will train me as a bartender, which is surprisingly hard because no one wants to train a new bartender. And then after I get bartender training, which would be in December, I want to get a job bartending for a comedy club.
I see.
Yeah,
So
that's
I'm-
a good idea.
And because like my thing is like if you look at a lot of comedians like Bobby Lee, Katie Mikowski, a lot like Ari Shafir, a lot of comedians started at like working at like the comedy stores, like door people and ushers and shit like that. And realistically, like a bartender would be the one that like makes the most money and would still be able to get around.
Yeah, I talk to a lot of people.
Yeah, bartenders
Meet comics.
too.
Yeah, and so like that's what this is for me. It's like it's just, I mean, it's, and you're right. Like I mean, if I didn't have an end goal in sight, you know what I mean, I would go fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Like I could not do this, especially since I'm working as just a host right now. It's like, oh my god, like kill me, fucking stab me through the eyes. But then I want that goal.
You tried Lost Dog Cafe?
As a bartender? No, I didn't. That's a great idea, dude.
Dude, I used to work there. They're always hiring, and like it's super chill. Everyone else there is just like a stoner. Like,
No, and it's close to my house. It's not in fucking DC.
Right, dude. That's so far out, man. You gotta get a place close to your house.
There's so many other places.
Yeah, that's so far away. You live in Great Falls,
Dude, I asked for a beer garden. Beer garden turned me down.
What the fuck? Fuck them.
Well, I mean,
There's so many bars in Tyson.
there's surprisingly, but I don't want to work at fucking Fridays, dude.
Hey man, there's
get
no
that training,
shame,
bro.
man. You gotta get
Yeah.
the stuff. They will train you, man.
Dude, honestly, John, like Chili's, how bad would it be?
Dude, it's the thing is like at least with this bar, I could take my friends to it and have them go like, oh shit, that's dope. Like going to that Nats game and only paying $50 for my or $50 for a $100 bar tab was tight, and I got so drunk.
Is it like a hour commute each way tight?
I mean, a little. Like I mean,
you're spending more in gas alone per week.
I would do that if I was going to the metro. If I wasn't metroing.
Yeah, that metro fucking sucks though, dude. I know how bad.
Oh
it
yeah,
is.
dude. Metros blows. And
you're
if
on
there's
the
a
other side
problem,
of DC too, so you got way more stops, man.
yeah, I mean it takes like an hour, like roughly from Greensboro, the station.
Where do you park?
I park at the Walmart in Tysons.
Oh, But I used to do that exact same thing. I parked at my route at my gym and then walked to Greensboro, and that fucking sucked. I know how bad that shit is, man.
Wait, what gym did you go to?
Route 7, dude. It's right across the street.
Oh yeah. That's the reason I do it is because 24-hour fitness, the gym I go to, validates, and it's in the Walmart.
Right. Okay. So that's a good plan. I mean, all things considered, that worked out pretty well for you. It sounds like.
No, I mean, yeah. I mean, the thing is like I'm not dying. Like currently speaking, I'm like there was 1 week where I got really fucked on sleep and just died, and like then I took a sick day on a Friday and did nothing, and it was very rejuvenating and very restorative. And like I'm meal prepping all my lunches, so I'm saving money that way. And like my big thing is that because I just know like at some point in my time, I'm going to be very, 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 very poor.
Oh yeah.
And it hasn't come yet. Like it's going to get worse.
Plan ahead for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and that's my thing is like, I just like because I would rather live moderate. Like I would rather live like shit now than like when I actually maybe have a stand-up comedy career in like 5 years when I can actually maybe like get paid for it. And that's a big maybe.
Because I don't happen faster than you think sometimes too.
Well, I mean, who knows? You know what I mean? Like because fucking again, looking at Bert Kreischer, he took off after like a year. Like it took him a year. He got a fucking thing for Travel Channel because Will Smith saw him perform, and he liked him.
He liked him.
Yeah,
I just find Will Smith.
Yeah, I just gotta find my Will Smith. But no, I mean, I don't know. Like this is all a pipe dream, and I would rather give it my all until like I'm 28, and then.
Dude, for sure, you got to give it your all.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and if that means I get 6 hours of sleep, right?
You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
Do shit.
I mean, I definitely gotta do it.
Bartender at a...
Yeah, I like that plan too. It's just gonna be hard. It's just gonna be hard for you for the next few months. While
exactly.
Yeah,
and like
if you don't lose this weight, I'm gonna ridicule the fuck out
of you.
Let's not forget about that.
Yeah, that's the real.
And you're about to get fucked, absolutely fucked in this swimming challenge.
Oh, but see, I'm not though.
Yeah, you are, man.
Nuh-uh. Tomorrow I'm gonna set my labs for the week, and then I realize I gotta work on my cardio and not just getting burnt out. That's what Joe Rogan told me when I sat down on his podcast earlier this week. And he said, "Wow, I hear you're doing a very competitive swimming challenge with you and your friends." And I said, "Yeah, Joe, you know, that's correct." He's like, "How's your cardio on this?" And I'm like, "Not great, Joe. You know, I clocked in at 220 the other day, and it's just a hard weight to drag around." Joe
would say, "Hey, man, don't watch the scale, dude. It's all about your physique and the way you feel. It's not about."
Joe would say that, and then he would also say, "Hey, bro, how would you like some testosterone?" And I would say, "Why, thank you, Joe."
You'd say, "I'm 23, 24. Do I need this?" And he would say, "Yes."
Yeah, and then I would become so jacked so quick. God, I want some Anavar, dude. If I had Anavar, I would lose this weight quick. Cooper, you know about that Anavar?
No.
Oh, it's like the safest steroid.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know. So it's actually funny because you follow your subreddits and whatnot, and I saw this subreddit, our testosterone. And I was like, I'm always looking for ways to boost my testosterone. I'll follow this. And it turns out it's really just a steroids subreddit. So I know a little bit about steroids.
Yeah, dude.
I bet steroids play
Trenbolone, Testolone, and Durable. Yeah, dude, it's a big deal in CrossFit and like the upper echelons. Yeah.
I'm sure in the upper echelons, yeah.
I mean, they got to test like crazy for it, right?
Do they test?
They do test, but guys are still doing it. They have to be. If you see these people, it's not human.
Yeah, they're on steroids.
Right.
But honestly, how bad is that?
Right.
Aside from the fact that you're cheating.
Yeah, that's the main thing. It's like you're cheating, and if somebody's not using steroids, you're fucking them over. So.
Yeah. That's interesting. Well, do you guys want to hear about how hard my life is?
Yeah, Jacob, I'd actually love to hear about that for a spin.
So I have.
Oh, how'd your surgery go?
Oh, dude, it was great, man. My eye. Well, actually, it wasn't that great. It got infected. And my eye got really swollen and red, and it was like oozing this like stuff. And when I
Oh,
woke up in the mornings, my eye was crusted shut from like all the gunk, just so that was nice.
did you
But
take
actually, it's better
pictures?
now. It cleared up. No, actually, I didn't take any pictures because I couldn't really see out of my right eye. So yeah.
Fuck.
Well, anyways, it's much better now.
Oh,
So everything went good. How does that make you feel, Cooper?
a little disappointed, but there'll be plenty of other facial deformities.
Yeah,
So,
don't worry, man. Wrestling is going to be starting here in a month anyway.
oh, perfect.
Oh yes, dude. You're gonna get ringworm.
Oh, dude.
Oh.
That's
We
great.
had a ringworm infestation in the wrestling room. I'm serious.
Damn it.
Those people are not washing the mats. They must not be. The facilities who are supposed to do it, dude, but we all have ringworm. So it's like.
But we all you just added yourself into that group.
Just said we.
It definitely doesn't help. The pig piles after practice. That's when really.
The what? Slow that up. Slow that up. Go back. Describe what you just said. What pile after practice?
Oh no, just regular practice stuff.
No. I believe you said a pig pile.
Oh no, John, the shirtless pig pile. Yeah. So once I get some fresh ringworm, I'll send you guys a pic. Maybe we can upload it to the podcast website.
Yeah, no, that'd be great. That would make it fantastic.
Yeah.
I got Dylan to listen.
Oh.
Did he?
Yeah, and guys, I have to figure this out because no one will give me a concrete answer. We got to figure out a mic situation.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
We got to get good mics. No.
Honestly, we sound very good.
No, but see, you don't to people that actually listen to it.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about I've had Jason Kim listen to it, and he turned it off.
Okay, so
and he said, everyone but your mic sounds awful. And then I asked Dylan to listen to it, and I said, can you please tell me whose mic sounds the worst? And
what'd he say?
He goes,
what? It sounds like
goes,
right here.
No, he goes, Cooper's.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
And Jason actually also said yours, Cooper.
Are you kidding me?
We're here, and that's what I don't understand, is because you sound great to me.
It sounds fine right now.
Right, so it's Craig's fault.
Well, I don't...
Yeah, you can definitely push the blame on Craig.
Okay, but Craig is vital here.
I'm using my phone. If Jacob's sounding better than I am, I can use my phone.
Well, did you get a headset?
No, dude, I never got a headset.
Oh my god.
But I am using my Apple headphones. I think they have a pretty good mic on them.
Like your
That's just not good.
Not AirPods.
They're called earpods without the air.
John, could you subsidize some mics for us, for the podcast?
For the cast.
I mean,
you got a lot of cash on hand.
Dude, do you know what's honestly really sad? You know what's honestly really sad, in addition to paying for the Podbean account and the voice thing, is that I'm legitimately thinking about doing just that.
Whoa, no, I won't make you do that. Okay,
Didn't I already ask for your address, Jacob, and you never responded?
I don't remember that. So I was actually shopping for headphones on Amazon, but I'm kind of like, I'm not going to spend $100. I would spend 50 maybe.
I mean, I
which one is quality or not?
And that's what I think I need to like. I need to do more research, and we need to get some headsets because I. All right, and we are back. Sorry about that,
All right.
folks. We're gonna have to cut
Just
this.
as you were saying, my mic is broken.
Well, yeah. Well, no, that wasn't the mic. That was my internet. I was
Huh. One problem at a time, fellas.
Yeah. Honestly, John's internet has been a big problem.
It really has been worse than the mics.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it would be worse if people could make it 15 minutes into our podcast.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's listening to our podcast.
Dude, Esther Kim is listening to our podcast.
That's great. Thank you, Esther.
Yeah, thank you, Esther.
If you're in it still right now, that's awesome.
What about Jacques? Get Jacques to do it.
Oh, I forgot to send Jacques the link.
Dude.
I mean, what I will say is I'm about to be a social media slayer. I have finally got an Instagram that I'm uploading to on a weekly basis, if not more.
What are you going to put on it, dude? Like,
I put on the shows that I'm going to be going to, and make an album cover in Photoshop with me instead of the rapper, and then put the shows next to it.
Oh, so just like Joe Rogan?
Does he do that?
Well, he like takes famous pictures and puts his face on them and says, like, for example, for Detroit, there's that famous picture of Eminem sitting on the bus in 8 Mile, and he photoshopped his own face on there.
Well, mine's more like a recreation than a Photoshop.
Okay.
Do you need a photographer, John? I could take the picture for you.
Yeah, why don't you fly down from Boston and just take a picture for me and then fly back up real quick?
Yeah. I mean, all you got to do is reimburse me.
I'm not gonna do that.
But dude, I got an iPhone 5, bro. I got a good
That's the
camera,
most
dude.
upsetting thing in the world. Do you actually?
Yeah. It's quality, dude. John doesn't like iPhones. He likes.
No, I mean I don't like
He
any
likes-
iPhone that
Here's the deal.
came out before 2010.
I'd rather have an iPhone 5 than whatever like piece of shit like Google or,
Yeah, really.
or Samsung.
A Galaxy S10.
Yeah.
See, I don't even know what that means.
That's okay.
It doesn't matter
As far as
because
I'm concerned, that could be from years ago.
Yeah, you're green.
If by years ago you mean last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, years ago.
So we're gonna talk about Lord of the Rings or?
Yeah, no, I think we can get to it.
I feel like
Jacob.
I want to go to sleep. Cooper, do you want to go to sleep?
I'm
Yeah, no.
really tired.
All
The
right.
NyQuil's starting to kick in.
All right. It's a couple of fun chapters we got going on here.
Yeah, I agree. I read, so let's take
Well,
it
Cooper,
off.
why don't you walk us through them then?
Okay, which chapter are we starting with, though?
I believe it's the death of Smaug one. What was
That's the
name
one.
of it?
I don't think that's where we start. Is it? Maybe. Okay, whatever.
Well, no, because it was on the doorstep was the last one. The last one was the thing where he's like, "Oh boy, I really hope we didn't send Smaug into town." And they totally did.
All right. So basically, Bilbo gives away the location of his benefactors in an incredibly obvious way, and Smaug immediately understands what he's referring to. Goes to Lake Town, burns the lake town, basically, about a third of it or fourth of it, whatever. And Baird or Laird, Bard.
It's Bard.
Bard shoots his arrow, or he sees it coming. Everyone else is like kind of little diddle daddling around or wanking off or whatever, but he sees it coming, and so he's able to shoot Smaug in the bare spot, which I don't know if one of the birds told him about the bare spot because
That's
Bilbo,
correct.
Okay, so yeah, right. So Bilbo communicated it to one of the birds. The birds told Bard, and the Bard shot an arrow right in there, which I still don't think should kill a dragon. One arrow just in like a bare spot. It seems like he'd have natural scales, but whatever. So Smaug is dead.
Damn,
just like that. It was kind of like,
yeah, it's super quick, super anticlimactic.
right.
Really? I wouldn't know because I didn't read, but that's surprising to me.
It was just like that, and it's over. The main character's dead. Just like, Game of Thrones.
The main antagonist is just completely gone. And it's so like serendipitous because like they mentioned like, oh man, it said the men can talk to birds like the chapter beforehand.
Yeah.
And then the next chapter, the thrush is like, hey, I know about the dragon's weakness that happens to have the like One thing that you're the only archer in the world that can do.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think honestly, my most interesting thing about that chapter to me is I think that's the one thing I almost prefer about the movies. Is that in the movie it's a freaking like ballista.
Right, I was gonna say I thought it had to be like a special arrow or something.
Well, in the books they say it's like the black arrows, like one of the last ones made by like a men of Dale, and it's Bard's like dad's arrow, and he's like, oh, I've used it, and every single time I've hit my mark, and then I've retrieved it, and so it's
Okay, it's a
it
special arrow.
is and it isn't like so it's a special arrow, and it just instantly kills him, and it's super disappointing. I mean, like I don't know how you make it more climactic.
Does Smog at least like
But
burn some children first?
oh yeah, no, he levels the city basically.
Okay, good.
Well, to a degree. Not really. Not
Yeah, like
basically.
half of it.
A little bit of it. They said they were able to get water on like a lot of the houses, and so it couldn't burn.
Oh. Those stupid peasants in Laytown had it coming.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. So basically, Bilbo makes off with the Arkenstone like a little thief. We went over that last week here, but
Yeah, and Cooper, you were right. There's a chapter between so on the doorstep was the last one we did,
right. But
and then inside information was the second one, right?
literally all inside information was Bilbo talking to Smaug, maybe, or no. It's
Oh no. We left
literally-
off with not at home. Not at home is the one I'm thinking of, where they go inside and they're like, "Oh man, I hope he's not here," and it turns out he isn't there.
Right. And then that basically there's a chapter dedicated to Thorin them leading them out of the cave, which is so pointless. And then you know, yeah, so Smaug dies, and then they make their way over to the town, and it's some days later, but basically Bard is like, yo, I killed your dragon, give us some wreck compensation.
Yeah, a little cash.
Yeah, a little cash for the town, because you guys basically fucked us over. And Thorin's like,
Yeah.
no. And Bilbo's even thinking, like, in the chapter, he's like, Thorin, man, you're being like a dickhead. Like, we totally
Yeah.
got this town destroyed. And Thorin's just like, no. And so they kind of get on their bad side, and that's where I am right now. I think that might be 3 chapters.
No. I mean,
so.
that's basically it. So yeah, the dwarves hold up in the mountain, and they seal it up, and they siege it up. And I mean, because again, and this is something that I just kind of hate, because it's such a little like Deus Ex Machina thing. Is like they get the ravens to tell them what happened, and so it's like, oh, now ravens can talk to dwarves. You know what I mean? Like at first it was just the thrush were able to talk to like the men of Dale, which was super special, and that's why they talked to Bard only. But I guess the ravens back in the day used to talk to dwarves, and even though it's like the sickly dead raven, they're like, hey, go tell all of the other dwarves in the land that we need their help and that we're going to be holed up in this mountain. And then they just hold up in the mountain, and they just are real big bastards the entire time. And what's funny is that
Why don't
the
the men of
men...
Dale just take the fucking gold?
Right. So
It's
like,
like
I
there's
mean-
5 dwarves up there, and they're
Right.
fucking- they can't do shit for themselves anyways. Get
Well,
more
I think-
black arrows and fuck them up.
That's the thing, is that they don't really have any explosives. And they don't have any
They
like...
just can't get in.
Yeah, they really can't.
just overpower it. Just get in there.
Yeah, I know. And and especially with the elves there, you'd think that they could do something, because the men and the elves join up and they're like, oh, well, thank you for helping us rebuild Lake Town. Let's try and get some money from these dwarves who completely ruined everything.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, it's not... I would say that chapter, the Gathering of the Storm, or the Gathering of the Clouds, or whatever, probably is the most anti-Semitic chapter of them all.
Wow. You
Because-
gotta give some evidence for that.
Because the dwarves, after plundering all the loot, right,
Uh-huh.
immediately are like, all right, well, they're going to come and demand loot from us. So let's just hoard it in the mountain, and we're totally willing to die of starvation with our gold.
than give any of it out, even though it's very justly earned.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what kind of what I was thinking.
Bilbo's the only guy that's like, hey,
Yeah.
coincidentally, the only non-dwarf.
Well, Bomber, it actually said it was like old fat Bomber actually may have agreed. You know.
Yeah, but he didn't have the spine to stand up to Thorin. Like, I mean, it's literally like, yeah, no. So I mean, it's not great. Yeah, no, it's just not. I mean, the really underwhelming chapters. I think the next 3 chapters. I think we should just go ahead and finish the book.
Right.
Which would be The Thief in the Night, The Clouds Burst, The Return Journey, and The Last Stage. Because that's just the last 4 are probably the best ones in the book, or some of the best. Because Gandalf comes back and shit like that, and like it's a really interesting fight the way it lays out, and I honestly think that's where J.R.R. Martin took his whole thing with Tyrion just passing out in battles, because it's hard to write a good battle scene. Very easy to say, oh, our point of view character fell asleep and then woke up and here's what happened. And that's exactly what happens here.
Right. That's a good point. Both short too. So
yeah, both the short guys that get kind of like accidentally conked on the head.
Yeah.
And then they're like, whoops, you know, like they don't lose consciousness in like a brawl with a goblin or a brawl with like a fucking wild man. They're just they're like, oh, whoops. How quaint. Yeah, and now I wake up and my side won, but there's some problems. Some things happened. Yeah, but I mean, it's all honestly, let's be real. The Lord of the Rings part was not the biggest part of this podcast. Kind of a bummer. But next time, you know what I think we got to do? I think we got to start opening with it.
Oh yeah, just kind of come in.
Let it devolve.
Just go in hot.
So that way people know immediately to turn off the podcast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because we want to trap the nerds. You know what I mean? We want to say, hey.
Do we though? We're kind of jocks, dude.
Well, I mean, okay.
Very true.
Let me see because I want to get you guys to bed, but before we get to bed, I have one thing that I want to throw your guys' way. Okay. Hell yeah. All right, hold on. So let me see if I can add something to the chat so that you guys can get. Oh, I can't. Get ready for this in the chat. And listeners, for the one listener listening to this is the intro with the sound.
Oh,
this is exciting.
Dude. This is so good. Holy shit.
Wait, John, can you play it over like your speaker or something?
No, can you click on it in your fucking Discord app?
And I can't hear.
Okay, well we'll be silent.
Okay, be quiet.
Dude, it's fantastic. It is really great.
I can't hear it for some reason, man. I gotta listen to it later.
Oh
Dude,
my gosh.
It's so good.
Yeah, you like that, right? When the fiddle comes in?
Dude, it's like very well made. It sounds professional.
Fly You Fools podcast.
Oh, there we go.
I can hear that. Play that.
But you can't really hear the fiddle. Hold on.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
Can you? Okay, one sec.
Welcome to the Fly You Fools podcast. A podcast that talks a little about J.R.R. Tolkien and his work and a lot about everything else. Enjoy this time with your fellow fools, Tibbs K, Jacob, and Cooper. Thank you for listening.
Okay, that was sweet, dude.
I like how that guy listened to a few of our podcast episodes.
Oh yeah,
no way
right.
He actually made it through the whole thing.
He was like,
no way.
Holy shit!
It's like these guys are the next Joe Hogans for sure.
That's good though, John.
So yeah, no, that's it, and that's what. And then so the current schedule is Fridays.
Fridays.
So on Fridays, at some point during the day, I'm going to be releasing the podcasts.
Cool.
So no matter what, so like this one will come out. It's the 8th today, or the 9th, 8th. So this won't come out the 11th. And then I think if we do one the next weekend or this weekend upcoming, which we can talk about times to do that, we can get the next one out the 18th, the 25th, the 1st, the 8th,
Yeah.
et cetera.
I also suggest that we try to do them on Sunday mornings again. That was the
I like that. I like that. I think that's great.
I like it too. I just am on the schedule at 9 and 10 a.m. So
Oh yeah.
So okay, so yeah, so fuck that. What do you mean? Yeah, I like it too. Well, I mean,
Sorry.
I typically work afternoons on Sundays.
Yeah, I could rush home and always do like noon on Sunday though.
No, I mean we can. I think Sunday afternoons the 1 o'clocks work. Jacob,
Yeah, that's fine. Or like Saturday. I just think the morning is actually the best. When I'm
I
drinking
agree. I mean, because I'm.
coffee.
Well, yeah, I mean you can
amped
do that
up.
anytime, but
No, I'm with Jacob. The mornings are pretty
The
good.
morning is when I'm the most excited.
Yeah.
I mean honestly,
About
my
life
best
in
morning
general.
is Saturday morning.
Saturday morning is good for me.
But Cooper sometimes has competitions.
I'm always
Sure.
either working. Yeah, I'm always working on
Always.
Saturday and Sunday mornings. I just am like
Yeah, fair enough. That's the way it is.
Yeah, I mean it's got to be afternoon.
Honestly, any other mornings are good for me.
Yeah, they're not good for people with real jobs.
Yeah,
though.
actually, I'm with Jacob. I can do weekday mornings.
Oh my god.
Yeah, weekday morning is like perfect, dude. Like,
Yeah. So
Honestly,
Jacob,
if I get a telework day, then I can do that. Like
Yeah.
this Friday, I actually am teleworking.
Friday morning is good with me, but it's too soon.
Yeah, but it is too soon. I mean, I still think we should try for Sunday or Saturday. You guys work Monday? Federal holiday.
what holiday is it?
Indigenous Peoples Day, bro.
What the
No,
fuck?
it's Columbus Day, John. Get it straight.
Hey, dude, I'm trying to be woke.
I'm trying to just.
I think it's a regular schedule for me on Columbus.
You know, it's got to be for
Yeah,
fucking
it definitely is.
No,
I mean, I'm the only one of my like entire friend group that actually has fucking
Well,
this work off because I work
that's
for
us.
the government. Yeah, no, I know.
Okay.
MIT labs wait for no indigenous peoples.
No.
Dude, MIT labs were like the first guys killing the indigenous people.
Oh, dude,
All those
for
white
sure.
Puritans.
Oh, dude, you have no idea, man. And we invented the atomic bomb too. We got it all.
Fuck. All right, guys.
Yep,
I think
all right.
All right. Good
I
night,
think this
Coop.
week, yeah.
Okay.
Night,
It was
guys.
kind of weak, but that's fine.
That's all right. We did.
It's all right.
I'll see you guys when I'm 205 pounds.
Oh, yeah, that's the goal.
That's
Peace.
the goal. See ya.